videos from all over the internet that would make you question reality. Let's just start.
I mean, when I went through my second wedding, my best friend that helped me move out, blah, blah, blah. I got into my new place, and she walked up to the car, and she started to talk about whatever she was talking about.
Yapping.
And so I was thinking, why would she even bring that up right now? She just so out of pocket. I let it go, because I had a lot of emotional stuff I'm going through. A couple days went by, she didn't call. I picked up the phone. I said, check this out. Let me explain something to you. This is a 26-year friendship. I said, listen, I don't need much because I ain't needy. I don't never ask for nothing because I'm strong as hell. But right now, I'm broken. And right now, I need you to call. I like you not to call me and text me all day because it irritates me. It does, because she needy. I said, but I need you to call me 2-3 times a day. I need you to text me throughout the day and say, are you okay? Do you need anything? And whatever I say, just bring it. But I need that every day until I tell you to stop. You know what she said? She started crying and said, I'm so sorry. You've never needed this. You didn't tell me. I got you. That woman called and texted me every day, all day, until I said, girl, I'm good. Please don't text me again. So what I'm saying is you have to communicate that so people who want to be there for you will be there for you. Because when you're strong, a lot of times they want to back up to give you your space.
You lied! You lied to me!
Two mothers in Georgia took the life of their 8-year-old daughter in the most terrifying way possible, thrown into the woods several miles away from home. Trigger warning. On November 20th, 27-year-old Brittany Hall reported to the police that her 8-year-old daughter, Amari Hall, who suffers from autism, went missing in the hotel where they were staying. The police discovered worrying footage through hotel surveillance. The surveillance shows that Amari has never left, but they discovered that Brittany and her partner, Celeste Owens, had left the hotel carrying heavy garbage bags. Amari's sister told the police. On the last night she saw Amari, Owens took her away, and the next morning, she never woke up again. They subsequently arrested Brittany and Owens. Brittany told the police that Owens killed Amari, and she assisted Owens in putting Amari into a garbage bag and throwing it into a forest in DeKalb County. When the police found Amari in the woods, she was wrapped in layers of garbage bags, weighing only 50 pounds, and had obvious scars. The forensic report states that this child has suffered long-term abuse and torture. There are dozens of wounds throughout the body, multiple rib fractures, skull fractures, arm and calf fractures. The cause of deceased was caused by multiple blunt force injuries. Owens was ultimately sentenced to 235 years of life imprisonment without parole. Brittany is still being held in prison awaiting trial.
As soon as I was drunk, I wanted to take my clothes off, and I wanted people touching me and talking to me and taking me places. Like, I wanted it. I felt like that was like what I was supposed to do. And he was so nice to me. He was like the best high school boyfriend you could possibly have.
Why are you crying? If you knew your problem, why wouldn't you abstain from drinking?
But
it's your own fault.
But he would like take me out.
Get over it.
Buy me things, and he got his license, and he wanted to drive me everywhere. And he was like obsessed with me. He was so good to me, and I was so fucking nasty to him because I couldn't really. I felt like I hated him so much, and I couldn't make sense of it. But I just started acting on it, and at these parties that I was going to when I was that age, I would just get wrecked and then just act like a slut.
I don't care what anybody says. A guy is not 100% sure and serious about you until he does these 3 things, and it can't be one or the other. It has to be all 3. First, if his friends all know about you, and this his best friends, I mean, however many he has, they all have to know about you. If he has 3, all 3. It can't be 1. If he has 5, it can't be 2. All of them, they have to know about you. He has to have told them about you if he's talked to them. Second of all, his family has to know of you, his siblings, especially his parents. And lastly, he has to have posted you. I don't care if he says I never post, I'm not the type to post. I don't give a fuck. If it's important to you, he's gonna do it if he's serious about you. So yeah, until then, he is not 100% sure or serious about you, which is fine. Things take time, but just keep that in mind before you tell all your friends, all your family, and start posting him everywhere and embarrass yourself if it doesn't work out. So yeah, just keep that in mind.
How true is this? Leave it in the comment section below if you know.
Let me explain something to you about women, okay? If you like me and I don't like you, but I like that you like me, I'm going to keep playing with you. Now, If I like you and you don't like me, I'm gonna like you so much more. But if I like you and you like me, eventually I'm going to stop liking you.
Okay.
It's simple.
You are
it's really
100%
simple.
gonna get hurt if you become vulnerable. There is no skipping the hurt. The thing you need to understand is when you're vulnerable, you're authentic. When you're authentic, you can connect. So you are able to accelerate your life a lot faster based on your authenticity and your truth. But by being more authentic, you are firm in yourself and where you stand, even though things may hurt. That is naturally, if you look at divine law, going to create separation with other individuals. That separation is what's going to cause you to feel hurt, because people are going to reject the vulnerable side of you. And people need to reject that vulnerable side of you multiple times for you to actually gain a callus around yourself where regardless of rejection, you can be yourself. That's how you gain the internal strength to finally be yourself, even though you might get rejected by the wife, by the partners, by the colleagues, by whatever. Because rejection is the callus that you need to hold your true frequency in the world, to be able to prove your uniqueness in the world.
The men behind me are two of the worst serial killers in US history, and a lot of people don't know about them. They are responsible for one of the most disturbing audio recordings in history, and an FBI profiler said that this man is one of the most depraved individuals he's ever worked with. This is the story of the Toolbox Killers. Reminder that I tell a lot of dark true crime stories on this channel. Severe discretion is advised, but follow along if you want to hear more. The Toolbox Killers are comprised of these two men. This is Lawrence Bittaker and this is Roy Norris. These two had a penchant for the mistreatment of women, and they bring the absolute worst out in each other. And they were given the nickname the Toolbox Killers because the weapons they used against their victims were things that you would usually find in a toolbox.
Bizarre.
Like pliers, ice picks, sledgehammers, you name it.
It was so painful.
So let's talk about Lawrence Bittaker
Crazy.
first. He was born September 27th, 1940, and was given up for adoption at birth. He was arrested for the first time when he was 12 and became a repeat offender. He's reported to have a very high IQ of 138, but he dropped out of high school, and he spent a good amount of time in a juvenile detention center. Let's talk about Roy Norris now. He also had a difficult childhood. Apparently, he spent a lot of time bouncing around foster homes. He reports to experiencing a lot of CSA during that time. They both claim that their childhoods affected them a great deal, and they both turned to a life of crime. Which actually brings us...
The emotional connection starts to disappear when you begin to prioritize another bond ahead of the one you cultivated with your ex. And when your ex apparently succeeds in doing this first, it can really hurt. What I've discovered, and this is especially true for guys, is that men typically do not grieve a relationship when it ends. They grieve it when they learn that their ex is now seriously involved with someone else. This is because you don't lose someone when you break up with them, or stop talking to them, or start dating other people. You lose them when they begin to move on with someone else, when you learn through her decisions that another man is now enshrined in her heart. And this happens gradually. You don't lose someone all at once. It's this knowledge and the pain it can create that can motivate men to urgently and desperately seek to preserve a bond that they feel is slipping away. This could be months or even years after the official termination of a relationship. And it's why programs that purport to get your ex back constitute a billion-dollar industry.
Grabbed him by the throat and said to him,
Is it because your
as
throat is
we were
big, that's why you
literally
grab somebody
nose
by
to
her
nose,
throat or his throat?
"You're not going to kill me in my home."
Okay.
He began to turn blue, and I felt that he was going to pass out at that point. I grabbed the hammer and I began hitting him. I had control of the hammer. I used the claw end because it did work the best. I hit him, and I hit him. I thought probably I hit him 3 or 4 times, and then I lost the hammer, and I ran.
If you're a man and you're looking for a long-term relationship, you should err on the side of being too boring. A lot of guys are trying to vet for their wives like they're on a reality TV show, and they're taking them out to Michelin star restaurants and hot air balloon rides and mini golf, and they're trying to do these fun dates. It's like, unless you do those things on a regular, like on a normal Tuesday, don't do those things with a woman you're vetting for a long-term relationship. Like, what do you normally do on an average Tuesday? Invite her to do that.
Sweet green.
What's
that? Just salads.
Exactly. It's like if your Tuesday night ritual is you go to this salad restaurant and It's like invite her to come along, because you will have far more average Tuesdays in your long-term relationship than exciting dates.
You're trying to give her a preview of your life.
Yeah, and you kind of want to give her every reason to leave. Now, before. It's like, it's not going to be all fun and games. Do you still want me?
Yeah.
We might just have salad on Tuesday. Are you sure?
Don't allow her to consume you. If she doesn't call, go to sleep. If she doesn't text you, put your phone away and have an amazing day. If she's suddenly distant, just go home, have fun, spend time with your family, go to the gym. You live for yourself first, not for her. She's secondary.
Introduce yourself. What's your
She's secondary. Listen.
And you are about to be interviewed for the offence of murder. What's your understanding of murder? What's your understanding of that offence?
Killing someone.
Yeah. Okay, so it's intentionally killing somebody. Okay, in very simple terms. Okay, that's the offence for which you've been arrested for, and that's the offence for which we're going to speak to you about. All right. What happened to Sarah?
No comment.
What did you see?
No comment.
Whose choice was it? How you left Sarah?
No comment.
You know, Dawn's just said, as you said in the video, you want to come back to the UK, clear your name in the UK courts. Well, here we are. This is the start of the process. So why would you not speak to us now?
No comment.
Who did that to Sarah?
No comment.
Do you love Sarah?
No comment.
Did you care about her at all?
No comment.
That's the end of the interview.
I hope you die in prison as well.
A couple from Georgia have just been sentenced to 100 years in prison for SA and CA their adopted children for up to 3 years and sell them to other men. This is horrible. William Dale Zulock, 33, and Zachary Jacoby Zulock, 35, are a gay couple who adopted 2 boys in 2018, aged 3 and 5 respectively. This disgusting couple, often SA 2 boys behind closed doors, and recorded the process for the production of a children's film. They used social media to sell their 2 children to at least 2 men. In 2021, 27-year-old Hunter Lawless was arrested for carrying a large amount of CP materials and participating in child trafficking. He told investigators that these materials were obtained from the father of these boys, Zachary. The police raided the couple's home and found thousands of photos and videos showing them SA their 2 adopted sons and even selling them to other men. This is another man involved in the case who paid the couple to treat 2 boys at will in the terror house they created. Now, this couple has been sentenced to 100 years in prison each, with no possibility of parole.
Serves them right.
The government should be held accountable for allowing that to happen in the first place.
The fascinating thing about Sophie Rain's $4 million OnlyFans earnings isn't the number. It's how quickly we blame women for giving men exactly what they're willing to pay for. Here's what no one's talking about. OnlyFans makes $6.6 billion a year, more than all the AI startups in Silicon Valley combined. But somehow, we're only shocked about the women making the content, never about the demand that creates it. Let's look at the numbers, shall we? 87% of users are men. The average subscriber is between 35 and 44 years old. These aren't kids. These are grown men with disposable income making conscious choices. To subscribe, you have to deliberately enter your credit card, confirm your age, and choose to pay. OnlyFans paid out $5.3 billion to creators in 2023, more than the entire NBA salary pool. So when society clutches its pearls about Sophie Rain's earnings, what we're really seeing isn't shock about the money. It's our collective discomfort with confronting what these numbers actually reveal about ourselves, about loneliness in the digital age, and about who we choose to blame when we don't like what those revelations say about us. Are we as a society ready to have that conversation? Tell us what you think in the comments.
Titty parties. Those are assault parties, and I was one of the kids that was one of the party favors. And a party favors means that you're set on top of a table and you're used as a toy for anybody who comes across the table or who wants to party at a certain time of night. When the music stops and then the DJ starts flashing all these lights and they close the doors, and then everybody turns into like a frenzy and starts going into a crazed animal-like demonic state, and you have no idea what's going on. And yes, there was a time where I was just like completely don't give a shit because it happened, and I was the type of kid that thought that, you know, you're in the presence of royalty and they make it seem like you're in the presence of Hollywood, so you should be you should be honored and you should be appreciating that you're there. And I was that person. I totally acted like that. I was like, oh, it's fine, you know, it really doesn't matter. But then it really did matter when my pimp was like, he had rules. He had lots of rules, and it was more money. And if you know the difference between a pimp, a John, and a trafficker, the trafficker is the supplier, but the pimp is collecting the money and the John is doing the buying. So if the pimp is saying that full house, actual full-blown sex is, by the way, kids, don't watch this. Goodbye. I love you. Goodbye. If you found my stuff, get off right now. This is the moment where I'm telling you I'm angry. I forgot to put that reminder in.
And we've come to the end of the video. I hope you heard something which, you know, you can tell somebody else and, you know, advise somebody else to as well. So we've come to the end of the video, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and also share with your friends, and also click on the notification bell icon so that any video that I post, you will be the first to get it. Adios amigos, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.